Alright, everyone. I just got done watching a movie. And for those who have not seen this movie that you're about to hear, I want to give you a fair warning. In this review, there will be spoilers. So if you have not seen this movie yet, I strongly recommend you come back when you have seen this movie. And then hear what I had to say about this movie. Okay, let's get to it. Oh my god! Oh my god! Hello everyone, Dragon Souls here, and welcome to a new movie review of That's Right, A Quiet Place Part 2. Boy, oh boy, did I get a treat on this one. First of all, let me just say that this movie is way fucking better than part one was. Okay? In part one, it does not explain anything. It does not explain what these things are. It doesn't explain where they came from. It didn't explain nothing. Okay? Now, part two of this movie, part two, A Quiet Place, part two. I've seen the trailer misleads you. Okay, the trailer. I mean, it shows you what's going to happen in the show, and it makes you. It kind of misleads you on what's really going to happen, But in a way, that's a great thing, because it don't want to spoil what's actually going to what's going to happen, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, I've already seen this, and I don't want to see it no more, The trailer, they did a damn good job on the trailer to not spoil it, okay? Um, this movie, at the beginning, they explain um, what the hell these things are and where the hell they come from. So it takes you back way before these things came back and came to Earth, and way before everything life was on normal life. Everybody was having a great time. The family was having a great time. The father was still alive, and even the boy that got killed at the beginning of the movie Quiet Place, Part One, that got killed on that and there. He was still alive, and he was there playing baseball, And as you all know, their daughter is deaf, and she can't hear you. But you can only way to communicate with her is by her reading your lips, or you do sign language, and it was pretty cool, And they they was having a great time, And then all of a sudden, they seen a meteorite landing on Earth. And when they saw it, they all stopped what they did, and they all left, and everybody was in panic mode and everything, didn't know what was going on, and then all of a sudden, she told her the mom that she was going to get in the car with her dad, and in the truck with her dad, and her mom said okay, so. Uh, her and her two boys got in the car, and they was supposed to all take off, and then all of a sudden the cop came behind the guy's truck, and he got out of the car, he got out of the truck, and he told her to wait here, and I'll be right back. And he went and talked to that cop about what's going on. And he said, we don't know what's going on, and about that meteorite. And then he said, hey, and he said this day, he's like, hey, I something about walking, you know. And then next thing, and then all of a sudden, as soon as he's fixing to get to his car, these things come right out of nowhere and knock his car right into the building and everything. And these things are attacking everyone. I mean, it's taking over. They're taking over the world and everything. And find out these things are aliens. And that's right. On the movie, The Quiet Place Part 2, unlike the Part 1, it doesn't explain anything. This movie here explains what these things are and where the hell they came from. They came from outer space and they're aliens, trying to take over the world. And then all of a sudden, after all that happens, you know, then that's when the thing pops up and saying, "A Quiet Place Part 2." And then that's when it was kind of like doing a recap of letting you know what really happened on part 1. You know, it explains what happened, where the hell these things came from, and what they are. You know, and then all of a sudden it takes you back. Okay, it takes you back to where they left off on part 1, and so they're walking around, you know, and the girl is really smart. You know, even though she can't hear nothing, she's very smart. She's helping them, helping her and the family, her and her family to find a safe place for them to live. You know, and away from these things. You know, and they found a radio station called Beyond that sings a song called Beyond the Sea. And the guy goes off and lies to him about it, you know, and he helps him out because her son runs right into a bear trap and nearly breaks his foot in half and everything. So he tells them that they can't stay there, that there's hardly no food or water for them to survive, so they won't be able to survive there, you know. And then all of a sudden she said they're talking about a song and everything, you know, and then later on she finds out it's not really a song, it's a signal to let people know that there's actually an island that is safe for people to be there and to come there, and those things cannot, and I repeat, they cannot swim in water. They cannot go in the water at all. And in fact, one of them did go in the water, and apparently they can't survive. They'll die. So uh, she told her brother that she was gonna go and find that signal and do that. She tracked it down. She knows where it's at. You know, it's on the island. And he said, he did no, you can't do this. Well, that sounds like a rat up there eating something. But anyways, she so she goes off and she said, besides, mom ain't gonna let you go. And then she's like, she had a look on her face. Don't worry, mom ain't gonna know about it because I'm not telling her. And so he passed out and went to sleep, you know. And then she wrote a note on there letting him know that she went ahead and done it and took off anyway. And so he went and talked to his mom and showed his mom the paper. He took the paper. She took the paper to that guy, and he said no, no. He said it's too late. He's too dangerous. She said, and she looked. Lee has already died a long time ago. We lost him. I am not losing my kids too. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. I'll go. You know, and he wound up finding her, you know, and then he finds out that she can't hear, so she can speak and she can understand. She can read my lips, you know. So he was telling her that he's taking her back home. And she said, we don't have a home. And she said, what home? We don't have a home. And he said, what are you talking about? You do have a home. And she said, you said we can't stay. You said we don't have a home here. We can't stay. And then he's like, and he's like, shit, she can read lips. I was like, yep, you dumbass. And so all of a sudden, he stood there and said that, and all of a sudden she went ahead and took a nap and sleep for a while because she was really exhausted. She wakes up and then finds out all her stuff gone, and he's gone. And then she gets all upset. She's on the ground, goes outside on the ground and starts crying a little bit, where nobody can hear her or anything can hear her, and he comes up there and he taps her on the head and said, "Hey," he said, "I found a boat." And he brings her stuff back to her, and he walks. He basically takes care of her the whole time. And they find a boat. There's a little girl that they find, and he goes off and he basically tries to trying to find out who that girl is, and make sure she's okay. And the little girl plays innocent. Okay, this little girl plays innocent, and I don't know. It looked like he was trying to talk to her, and it looked like she took a knife or something and stuck it right through his throat and killed him. Right there, like, oh my God! I was like, well, he's dead, and she just killed him. And she just killed him. But the thing is, it turns out she didn't kill him. She just she apparently took some kind of thing, some kind of rope, and put it around his neck or something to strangle him. And they found out there was like people actually around the boat place, and they was taking all her stuff away from her and stuff, and they grabbed her and like they were gonna hold her hostage, because they were bad people. And so all of a sudden he's sitting there, he goes like that, he's like giving her a signal to let her know, sign language to tell her dive. And then all of a sudden he goes up and he gets up. He goes up and grabs him and grabs that thing and makes a real loud noise to make those things come after him. The thing comes after him, all right. She jumps in the river and to survive, to make sure those things can't get her. And those things go around killing each and every one of them sorry bastards. I mean, it kills them all. And then all of a sudden he'll grab that son of a bitch by the throat and tied him up on that board stick thing. And all of a sudden, he takes a knife and he shoves it right in his fucking leg, and he's like, ah! And all of a sudden, that thing comes right there, and he jumps off of there and jumps off to keep it from getting him too, and he goes in the water, and everything, but to find out, yeah, there you go, sir, that son of a bitch, right? They all deserve that, and for trying to kill him, and and uh, all of a sudden to find out he's choking because that little girl put around his neck, he's choking, and he keeps going up in there and going up out of the water to get some air, come back in, and then all of a sudden the thing is still going at it with that guy trying to kill him. Eventually it kills it, and the thing kills that guy. And you're seeing all kinds of blood gushing in the water, and the guy's body falls in the water, and then he's being set free, and then all of a sudden he has his head stick halfway out of the water, the way he can breathe, and he's looking at those things, and then those things are looking at him, and one of those things jumped right in the water. And apparently those things can't swim. they can't swim at all. So one of those aliens got killed, and he's like, huh, okay. So all of a sudden, one of those things got on a boat and said, well, and looked at him like, damn, we can't do nothing. We can't get in that water. We can't get to him. So all of a sudden, that girl that was trying to help her family out, including him, uh, pulled him out of the water and put him in the boat. And they went to the island where it's supposed to be safe at, and found to find out there was actually a lot of people on the island celebrating, having a great time, having a ball, being as loud as they want, and it's peaceful, it's quiet there, Uh, those things are not even there at all, And he was sitting talking to him about, he said, so you figured out so that song, you figured out our song. He said, wasn't me, it was her. He said, but I thought she was. He said, she is. And he said, she's a smart son. She's a smart little girl. And all of a sudden, they were sitting there and celebrating, talking, and he was explaining some things to him. He showed him the hearing aid that she had to help him kill those things, And just when you think everything is safe and everything's gonna be good, he asked him how long have you been here? And he said, we got here just like y'all did. He's like, we got here ever since those things came to Earth and took over the place, And he said, the Coast Guard went up and had so many people on the boat to take them to bring them here, and half of them didn't make it because those things killed them all, and they was all panicking, and those things went up and got them and killed them, and so the next day came, and um, they the mom went to go get him some medicine for his leg, and for his foot, to change the bandages, and all of a sudden he was looking around, and he heard some clicking. He heard some clicking noises and rattling, and he's like, and he was, I was like, and when you hear it, I'm like, oh no, no, please don't tell me this. Do not tell me this. It can't be. And you find a boat, and you find a boat there, and it turns out them things are fucking smart. They actually, I don't know how they did it, but they actually, a few of them actually got on a boat and came to the island. Got on the island that was surrounded by water, and he's like, oh shit, I gotta get over it. He ran as fast as he could and started yelling and telling him, get out of there, and get into a safe place, And they didn't know what he was talking about, and all of a sudden that little thing just came out of nowhere and was killing everyone. They all panicked. He got the little kids out of there, got them in a safe place, and they was like, and um, and all this stuff here, and that's when he said, the guy said and said, I'm getting as a vehicle. I'm gonna make as much noise as I can to get these things out of here to keep my family safe, and that's why they kept blowing his horn, the whole time, and got him and the girl in the vehicle, in the truck, in the car. The thing came after him to make sure it wouldn't kill his family, which probably already did, because there was two of them out there, and all of a sudden. There was two of them that came on that stranded island that they went to, and there was another one where her mom and her two brothers were at, and so they he thought that that thing went back to his family, and And instead of shutting the door like he's supposed to, he left the door and the garage door open, halfway open, and therefore the thing grabbed a hold of his leg, pulled him out, and killed him right there. And they was trying to, that thing came in there, busting through there, trying to get him, and looks like he was trying to sacrifice himself to save her. And she's like, no, I'm going to use this thing. I'm gonna use my device to broadcast my sound stuff to help kill these son of a bitches once and for all. So all of a sudden she does, and then after she turns it and she turns it on the broadcast. Um, these things, if you have played The Last of Us Part 1 and The Last of Us Part 2, these things look like clickers. These aliens look like fucking clickers from the Last of Us Part 1 and The Last of Us Part 2. That's what these son of bitches things look like. And I'm not talking about the body. I'm talking about the head itself. It looks like it came from the clickers. It was one of the clickers from The Last of Us. So he sit there and turn the radio on, and all you can hear is that sound, and he was like this here what kind of like being like Bray Wyatt, walking with the head right there. He had a gun in his hand, and he sit there and took that gun, and I said, and as soon as he sit there and get ready to shoot it, he was real close. He about face to face with about 5 feet from it, and all of a sudden he aimed that gun right towards it, and then she took the pipe, and that girl took that looked like a pipe thing, and all of a sudden used it like an axe, to hit it in the head. And I was like, all of a sudden when she did it, I was like, "Smile, you son of a bitch!" And all of a sudden it just pow. That was it. He shot it right. He shot it in the head, killed it. She took that and she took the pipe and hit him right and hit it right. Hit it right in the head, killed it and killed them both instantly, and that's it. No, that's all. It doesn't show anything, so it don't. So it ends like that. It ends. It just ends like. Okay, there's no more. They killed them all. They killed them all, and there is no more aliens. Things can go back to normal now. And is there going to be a part 3? I don't know. The way the movie ended like it did, it ended with a good ending. Okay, it had a damn good ending to it. You know, um, I really enjoyed the music that was in the movie. Um, and Michael Bay, yes, Michael Bay had everything to do with that movie. And on the credits, it had his name all over, on half of the credits. Okay, and let me tell y'all something. The acting was damn great. Music was was absolutely outstanding. The the plot that happened in this movie was damn good. It explains everything about what happened in part. It explains what happened in part one and part one, and also here on part two. And let me tell you something. If you love movies like this here, I would definitely strongly recommend you either buying it or renting it. Later on, when I get the money, I'm going to buy this movie. It is that damn good. I'm going to give this movie 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, baby. And I'm going to give it a grand solid 10 out of 10 That's right. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. This movie is a damn good movie. If they ever make a Quiet Place Part 3, which I don't know if they are or not because it didn't say if it was if it's going to be one or not. But if it is, I will definitely be renting that movie, and I will definitely be watching that movie. You can damn bet your ass I am. Thank you all for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Post your comments on this video. Let me know what you all think. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, and share, and turn on all notifications. Dragon Souls, sign out. I love this movie.